This is No More Bits, guys. My name is Matt Walker, and I am your host for this show. And this is a show that's a companion podcast to our other podcast, Little Bits and Pieces, with Walrus. I'm part of Walrus. Yeah. So the idea here is that I'm going to go through our episodes and actually go in more depth about it. And I'm not going to do bits. I might say funny stuff. I can't help it. But I'm going to avoid tangents and everything. We're just going to talk about the thing. And this week, I wanted to talk about our first episode that I can really talk about, episode 2, on slumps. So a slump, I should define this as I know of it. A slump is a time when you are not as enthused about doing improv, okay? About doing it, about whatever it might be. Something about improv, you're just not a fan of it as much as you used to. And you're worried. You're worried that you will not get it back. Right? So I've had a lot of people come up to me and ask me, like, what do I do? I feel like I'm plateauing. I feel like I'm on a treadmill. I feel like I'm treading water and other such treading materials and activities. And I'll ask them, how long have you been doing improv? And I'm sure they take that as like, oh, he's Mr. Highfalutin or whatever. No, I'm asking because I have experienced slumps at very specific times in my career of doing this. And the worst slump that I experienced is year 5. Like, ask any improviser who has been doing it for more than 5 years, ask them what year in their career of doing this was the worst one. And they will almost always say 5. Why? Here's why. I think people just get done with their classes, right? They're like maybe taking up to 3 years long and taking as little as 2 years long, going through all the levels that you might go through at foundational improv school, right? They've finished that. They may be on a house team, right? The theater is investing in them. They're putting them on stage. They're giving them opportunities. Year 4 comes around, right? The next year. And they feel a little stifled by what the theater is having them do, right? Or is what is the opportunities that they're giving them are getting to be stale. So year 5 is really a culmination of, this is hard to put shows on that I want to actually do. 2, I have grown beyond my education that this place has been able to provide for me, right? And 3, it's really hard to get people in the same room. And this is if you want to do improv, you need a group of people. Even if it's just one other person, you need a group of people. And it can be really hard, especially when you've left the theater system, right? Because as soon as you're out of that, you're not around people who necessarily have time to dedicate to it. So, all that said, that's the diagnosis, right? You're in a slump. How do you get out of it? I'm going to tell you something that's not fun to hear. The way to get out of it is to keep going through it. I mean, Ernest, I almost said Ernest Churchill. Winston Churchill said it best. If you're going through hell, keep going. I don't know why I said it like a news reporter. I apologize. But this just in, if you're going through hell, keep going. The way to make it not stale is to do it to the point where you aren't thinking about it, right? You will unpack something about the way you do it, the way that you've seen it done, that will click, right? Watch shows. Watch people do it. I know it can be really hard sometimes. I mean, this is me talking. If you listen to the other podcasts, you hear me disparage improv all the time. It can be hard. But all you need is that one little nugget to inspire you to do something new that gets you through that slump, right? Even if it's something as simple as like, oh, a mono scene. I've never seen a mono scene done like that. Or, wow, I've never seen a mono scene done as badly as that. I'm going to do a mono scene so I can show that I can do better than that. Go be more involved with it. It's almost the cure is to get more of it. And that's what this is going to be. That's the end of the episode. Little bite-sized moments of improv topics, right? We're going more in depth about the things that we talk about on the regular podcast. And I hope you enjoyed listening. We hope to see you here next time. Okay, bye. The show you've just listened to is a part of the Podfix Network. To listen to other shows on the network, head over to podfixnetwork.com, follow on Twitter @Podfix, and join the Podfix Nation at facebook.com/Podfix.